Okay guys, for the profiles tab, there's really only one software in here right now that we need to use the profiles for. There are other tools, but we've done it slightly different in using those tools for the way that we're going to use adding accounts and stuff. For now, the profiles, as far as I can see, unless I've missed something obvious here, is just this one over here. It's completely different from when we had Tube SEO Commando, for example, where we relied heavily on profiles. We're not so much doing that anymore. But anyway, if you want to do, if you want to spin videos, and then you want to upload them using the multi-uploader, you need to have some profiles, okay? So that would be over here where you choose the profile account that you have already set up here, and it will be in a drop-down list here. So to add a profile, what you do is come over to Profiles tab, you click on Add a Profile, you give your profile a name, okay? So I'm going to call this one Main Profile or something like that, okay? You can call it whatever you want. You might have a niche name or something like that. And you can either add accounts from a file or enter accounts, okay? So I'm going to click enter accounts, and I'm going to put in something like kidsblueprints@gmail.com and a comma, no spaces, and password, okay? And you might do another one, which is another, let me just choose one that I've got familiar with off the top of my head. TonyVideoMarketing@gmail.com, and again you would just put the password, okay? Now I'm not putting a real password in here, obviously, okay? Now if you want to upload a file, you need a TXT file exactly in this format, okay? Just the Gmail address, comma, password. Gmail address, comma, password. Some people have been using things like Hotmail accounts that they've tied into creating YouTube channels with. That's fine if you want to use it like that. We are relying heavily on multi-channels, which requires, as far as I'm aware, Gmail accounts, okay? So what I do is just stick with the Gmail. It's just simpler, okay? So for each of these two Gmail accounts, I could have 50, up to 50 YouTube channels on each one, okay? And it saves you all of that logging in and stuff like that as well, and saves you remembering what the passwords and stuff were. So all I would do at that point is add the profile. Okay, now when you've added the profile, what you can do is you can click on it, and then you will see this opens up here. Okay, now the first thing you would want to do is to start checking accounts. Now obviously if I click that right now, it's not going to verify because my password is not correct here. Okay, so if I just click on start verifying accounts, failed and failed. It cannot possibly do that because my password is incorrect. Okay, I don't want to put my main password in here, and because he hasn't started out, I can't really show you in action because I don't want to have to go in and change my password. The next step would be start getting channel accounts. Okay, so these are the Gmail accounts. Inside those, if you've got any multi-channels, you can go and get some you can get a list of all the channels you got in that particular Google account, okay? And these would appear in a drop-down box down here, okay? After you have done that, if you've just got a Gmail account, for example, and you want to start creating channels or you want to add more channels, you would use this start create channels, okay? And we were going to cover this. I'm going to create just a false YouTube or Google account just for testing purposes, so that we can use this. I'm not going to use my main accounts because I don't want somebody hacking in and doing something in there. Okay, and then so the next step, we can just start creating accounts. And to start creating accounts, you need to choose which Gmail account you want to use. So you can click on that, start creating accounts, and again you want to just put in here whatever the name of your channel will be. Okay, this will be the channel title. So for example, I might do one for real estate patio. Okay, and I might do another one for property marketing and patio, something like that. Okay, so just as examples. Now before I can start creating accounts, I need to assign a category to them. So I put my mouse right at the end. There's no spaces where it says patio here. okay, whatever it might be, whatever words you're using is going to be relevant for you. And I'm going to select a category. I usually choose other and then insert. And you can see it fills in the comma for me and it puts in the name of the category. Okay, again, the same thing here. Just put my mouse at the end, choose the category, click insert, and that is done. Now, if I click on create channels now, what it's going to do is going to make an Internet Explorer's window browser pop up, and it's going to fill in all the details for me. Okay, the only thing I have to do is to enter a telephone number at the point where the software asks me to, and then it will kick off from there again once you click the button, and Google will send you a notification to you by SMS. Okay, when you've got that notification, you fill in the part inside the browser, and it will start creating the channels for you. You have to do one for every single channel you create, though. Okay, that's the only problem with it, but it's still by far the fastest, easiest way to create multi-channels in large numbers. Okay, you might want to use a virtual assistant or something to be able to make that happen. Okay, so that's how it works. That's the profiles tab here, and it's only being used at the moment, unless I'm mistaken. I've just checked through everything. It's only being used at the moment for the spinner and multi-uploader. For the playlist builder, for example, we just put a username, password, and it loads of channels here. And it's the same with Chip Silo Commando, where if I'm adding a channel here, we just add the account in here, add the account down at the bottom here, and start getting channels from here. Okay, pretty similar to what I just showed you. So that's the only one I can see that's using the profiles, and that's how it works. Okay, any questions you can ask in the Facebook group, or we will cover it in the webinars. I'll see you in the next video.